I'm Bob Hoffman in Okemos. There's a saying that says friends are hard to find, difficult to leave, and impossible to forget. This week's Good Neighbor is all about a 29-year-old friendship and how special friendships can be.
¿Quieres un poquito más?
Sí.
Okay. I call her Muñeca Chula, so it's a term of endearment. Muñeca is doll in Spanish. Chula is just even more adorning. So like when you say, hey babe, or you say, like some in English, doll is like a respectful. And what they call her at church, they call her reina. And reina is queen.
Traci Ruiz has known 103-year-old Eva Salinas for almost 3 decades. The two aren't related, but Traci says it doesn't matter because she thinks of Eva as her grandma.
And you look so pretty today.
Oh my goodness, Tracy.
Traci, a former Lansing police officer, says she first met Mrs. Salinas at the city's Cristo Rey Fiesta, an annual event that brings the community together.
It went from my job and going out in the community and checking on senior citizens to a closer relationship because Mrs. Salinas had a fall when she was 98 and a half, and her 80-year-old brother was trying to manage care, which it was challenging, and that's when he asked me to take over her care. So that was a big deal that we had a friendship, and then it turned into more like a family member where we kept her at our house at times. She's spent a lot of her holidays with us since 2013 and beyond. So she's really family now. Right, Muñeca?
Sí. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Salinas is the eldest of 11 siblings. Her parents were migrant workers in Mexico before moving to the United States. Traci says Mrs. Salinas' goal since she was very young was to get her U.S. citizenship. She accomplished that feat in her 50s and is still very proud of it.
One of the things that you seem to be most proud of is voting. She always wants to vote because it's a privilege and not a right.
Yes.
Can you tell Bob about that, about voting? Do you like to vote?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, I do.
Mrs. Salinas' 97-year-old sister Teddy lives in California. Still, Traci makes sure the two get together each week through FaceTime.
This looks nice. Oh.
Hi. Oh, look at it. Hi.
Traci also makes sure she introduces other people to Mrs. Salinas so they can visit her. Elizabeth Montmer takes her 8-year-old son Robbie when she visits.
She doesn't really like chocolate that much.
She does not like chocolate, if you can believe that. She spends a lot of time advocating for her, going and seeing her, taking her, what she needs, making sure she has what she needs. The birthday celebrations, which are just so special, that she's had for her the last few years, and really just having the community embrace Mrs. Salinas and, an assistance with that. And she's just, I know that it means the world to Mrs. Salinas to have Traci in her life.
Traci Ruiz is a good neighbor because she's so helpful to Evita, but not only her, but just anyone in the community that would ever need help. Traci is there.
We agree and want to say thank you to Traci Ruiz, who goes above and beyond to help her friend, Mrs. Salinas. Traci, you're this week's Good Neighbor.